Welcome back to On the Bench. I'm Anish Saxena. This is Scott Grazzi. You might be wondering where John and Doug went, but you know what? Better looking people anyway, right? So Syracuse opens up Big East play this weekend against South Florida. So let's preview the Big East a little bit, Scott. Who's your player to watch in this conference?
Well, I think the player to watch this year, the one who's really going to be stealing the spotlight, is Bill Stoll, the quarterback for Pittsburgh. It's important to note, last year, he wasn't really running the show down there. It was all up to the running game with LaRod Stevens-Holling and LaShawn McCoy. Now he's taken over, and in 4 games, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. I like those numbers.
The guy I'm going through is a wide receiver from Cincinnati, Marty Gilliard. He's been doing absolute work this year, over 110 yards a game, and 6 total touchdowns. You can't really, talk about how much this guy is shredding apart secondaries right now. He's your Big East Offensive Player of the Year. I like him. Cincinnati, though, right now ranked 10th in the nation. Big reason is Marty Gilliard. They're the favorite right now, but your preseason favorite, they were Pittsburgh. Who's your team to beat right now?
Well, I think you do have to go with Cincinnati, and not necessarily for Gilliard, but more because of their defense. Their defense has been absolutely unbelievable so far this year. They have given up 14 points per game, and they are 5th in the nation in turnover margin. That's how you win those games. And you keep in mind, this is a team that knows how to do it. They won the league last year. A lot of people forget that.
Oh, well, I'm sipping the B.J. Daniels Kool-Aid, and people wonder, who's B.J. Daniels? Well, he's the quarterback for South Florida. Matt Grothe went down with an injury. B.J. Daniels, phenomenal. He led South Florida to a victory last week against Florida State in Tallahassee. He's been passing the ball. He's been rushing. No one can really stop him. I like B.J. Daniels. So Syracuse plays South Florida this week. But how many wins do you think this SU team is really going to get in the Big East, Scott?
Well, Anish, I think the South Florida game is a tough one for the Orange. But then you look at some of the rest of the teams in the Big East. In between Louisville and UConn, you have 2 road games that I think the Orange are capable of winning. So you'll get one there, and I think you could look to Syracuse to steal another one. So I'm thinking 2 games for the Orange this year.
Yeah, they start off with a really tough schedule, best 4 teams. But I look at the last 3 games, and I look at Rutgers, Connecticut, Louisville. It's Louisville, Rutgers, Connecticut, and I think they can get 3 wins. That means they're going bowling if they beat Akron. So
I'll have to see.
Yeah, so now we can go back to John and Doug for the best of the rest.